Hello there, and welcome to another theHunter Classic gameplay video. My name is Wimp, and in this video I'm going to be going shopping for the new Texas Lodge. Hooray, thank you very much developers for that, because it looks awesome, and I have been running out of space, although that's my fault, for taxidermizing all of my personal bests rather than waiting for a trophy level, but you know, that's beside the point. And then... how rude! And then I'm here on Settler Creeks to try out TrueHunter's golden tree stand spot just about here-ish, and I'm going to try to get myself finally a 362 or above Roosevelt Elk. So hopefully this will be the last day or the last video where I hunt those things, and that'll be a nice thing to pop in the lodge. So let's go shopping. There's me checking which weapons I should be bringing. So yeah, okay, I have some M's left over from the last time I bought some. Maybe I should use my gems now. I'll use my M's. So there's the new lodge. Yeah. Okay. There's the gun rack to go in it. Not that that's particularly important. So... I can't remember how this works now. I have a funny feeling that I'm supposed to name it in the account settings. But I'm also going to tweak the names of my other lodges so that it's more obvious... oh, game management. So that it's more obvious what's in them. Aha! Right. So it does depend on how many characters you can have. So there is only one thing that this can be called, considering its size. The Wimpo Mansion. Right, so these are going to be my personal bests. Okay, so that worked. Now, Thorpe already has some of the event trophies in them. So if it will fit, events. Yep, it fits. So that way I know what's in them. And then Ballamtofton and Whipcott Stoke will be rares, I suppose. Yeah. Just in case anyone cares, always curious, Ballamtofton. So in Old English, this started from when I was playing Minecraft and I was naming settlements. So I think Bal is Old English for homestead, Ham is Old English for homestead, Toff is actually Toft with a T at the end is Old English for homestead, and then Ton, T-O-N, is also Old English for homestead. So Ballamtofton is homestead, 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 which I thought was quite funny. That I originally came up with that name, like I said, for Minecraft. Thorpe, I'm pretty sure, is something like settlement, settlement, settlement. It's something like that. And then Cotstoke is, I think, cottage and cottage, or cottage and house, or something in Old English. Mansion is just the fact that... so those of you who also watch my my Empyrean videos will know that the Wimpo Man actually lends itself well to the name of the manufacturer. So it was quite funny that it also lent itself to the word mansion as well. Right. I'm going to go in to my new lodge. Oh, I could have named it there. Do I click on the name, didn't I? Not the little picture. Ooh. Ooh. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just spend a little bit of time before I go hunting the Roosevelt Elk. Just moving all of my personal bests in here. Hello. I can't get the hunter mate out in here. Yeah, so there's going to be one of every species in here, which is cool because apparently it does have enough trophy mounts. So that's nice. Although there might be two of some species, like some of the birds. The females score as well. I walk down this old lonely street, and no one seems to want to speak. Oh, that guy. Yes, that guy. For me. Right, so I want to have a quick look at this room at the back. So, it's got two weapon racks. Ooh, look at the view. Look at the view. Although this isn't a cliff I can throw myself off of, but unlike on Piccabeen Bay, the last time I said, ooh, look at the view. Cool. Right, so I'm going to take a bit to do that, like I said, and I'll bring you back in a while. Oh, so, True Hunter's video is this one. Why is nobody hunting this spot? So, the place, can I open the map up here? Yeah, so his tree stand is about there. I'm going to try and find, it might not be the exact tree, I'm going to try and find something over there. And he starts quite early, but I do already have... go away, you wrong infantry. Go away, please, thank you. So, I already have the tree stand in my inventory, and I'll bring you back just to have a quick look around here. I'm not going to show you every single animal that I put in here, but I'll basically go, there you go, it's done. There might be one or two things I might decide to show you, but and then it will be off to where the tree stand is. Oh, tent. So that tent has been there for years. So I don't know whether I will move it. I'm thinking I won't, but if I decide to, I might. Although, so the thing is, I don't like putting pieces of equipment next to places where people can spawn for when I host multiplayer. I mean, it's not just annoying for me, it's annoying for other players as well. When you're in a piece of equipment waiting for an animal to come over, especially if it's trophy worthy or a rare or something, and then, you know, some little lowly 50 level person spawns at the tent right next to you, starts running around shooting in the air, it's just not fun. So I try to put pieces of equipment far away. So I'm actually thinking I might move the tent a bit further away from where it is. Maybe there on the island would be good. Well, maybe it won't actually, because anyone spawning there would have to cross across the water. Oh, although if you're in the tree stand and someone spawns there, crossing the water would spook animals maybe towards you, so it might not be so bad. But yeah, I might have to move that tent. It's a bit too close, I think. I'm not sure exactly where. I mean, the annoying thing is, based on where all the other spawny points are, that island is perfect compared to also where all the equipment is. So it might have to go on the island. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Anyway, enough waffling. By the way, I apologise for the singing. Small change of plan. I'm not doing the trophy lodge now. I looked at the time. It's nearly 6:30 and I can only record up until about 10ish. So it's going to have to wait until after that. But, you know, I wasn't planning to show off all of my animals anyway. It was just it's done kind of clip it would have been. Right, we are here. I will move the tent on another hunt. So, weapon wise, I'm bringing the 405 that I bought in a different video, in a previous video. I've brought that for the elk and the bear in case there's any. Of course I have the snake bite. I'm still trying to get that up to the max level if I can. And I'm bringing the 45 muzzle loading pistol. No, I'm not. It's a 50 muzzle loading pistol. Just happens to have 45 caliber bullets in it because they're good for the deer, the whitetails. That's assuming, of course, that I decide to take anything noisily. If it's something I can take quietly, or I need to, it'll be with the bow. So that's what I've brought. Other equipment, the caller and the urine spray for the elk, the deer caller, some camping supplies for fast travelling, and some first aid just in case a hog finds me, and of course the tree stand, which will be going up in a mo. Oh shit! I forgot all my stuff that goes on my head after my intro, didn't I? Alright. Anyway, I'll find a tree to put the tree stand up into, and then I'll bring you back when the first animals start arriving. So I am hoping that True Hunter's golden tree stand here on Settlers Creek, or whoever it happens to have been who found that spot for the tree stand, it might not have been him, it's just him that I saw the video of, you know, but hopefully it'll do me well and I'll actually finally get my trophy bull. Right, I'll see you in a bit then. Well, I said I'd record when animals showed up, and animals are showing up. So the luck of Wimp continues. Moan time with Wimp. This is actually the third hunt. So the first hunt I came over and I put the tree stand in the tree. I did actually try a couple over there, the evergreen conifer style trees, but the tree stand doesn't go in them, and it only goes in these sort of birch trees, I think they might be, that kind of style. So that one over there didn't offer a very good view of the river here. I think this one I've put it in, I've put it too far round. I think I need to move it to the left a bit more. It is in fact the same tree as True Hunter. But yeah, so I put the tree stand in the tree and then realised that that will spook anything in 100-metre radius. And there was in fact a white-tailed doe, maybe further, yeah, about there-ish maybe, I had the cause of. So the second hunt, I made the mistake of spawning at the tent again and coming here. It's better to fast travel to the area. Because when you, I'm sure everybody knows, when you spawn at the tent, everything within that area gets moved out of, I think it's 150-metre radius or something. So I walked over here without realising that, and again there was another doe, white-tailed doe. Oh, hello. Ooh. So yeah, this is the third hunt. I actually, as you saw from the lines on the map, I actually remembered to spawn there and fast travel. So the tent to there is actually about 998 meters, so that's good. One camping supply. Yeah, and I fast traveled to the tent, and these hinds you can see round me were at the tent, so I had to crawl away from the tent. Grr. And so far this is all that's turned up. Now 6:22, as you can see by my little memo to myself, I sprayed at 8 minutes past, so we're now only 6 minutes away. Now I have watched True Hunter's video not that long ago, and it seems that what he would do is bow all of these and then go and spray again. But I'm thinking what I might do instead of that for this particular hunt is move the tree stand round and then start a new hunt and then start doing that kind of thing. I decided I'm not going to move the tent from there. I am going to leave it there. I'm not going to put it on the island. Although I'm sure I will change my mind again at some point, because even that I've changed my mind about a couple of times. Another thing I changed my mind about again, story time with Wimp, is that even when I was watching True Hunters videos, I don't like this tree stand location because of this branch. So I was considering popping my tower down there-ish, and therefore the branches wouldn't be in the way. It's just I didn't want to waste a tower on Settler Creeks. Hopefully the guy who made the map never watches my video with me bad-mouthing the map. And if he does, hopefully his ego is such that he doesn't care too much. But yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't really like the map very, very much. Oh, also, I've made a decision about showing you the lodge, the new one, once I've got all the personal bests in it. I'm going to do that tomorrow before I start editing. And the main reason I'm doing that is because I don't want people thinking I went into the lodge just to walk up to a picture of Who Cares, just so I can sing, just so I had the excuse to sing. That's not why I went in there. But if I don't show you, hooray, all the trophies are done, people are going to think that. Righto, so no elk bull for me. I'm not going to bother showing you, unless this turns out to be a rare, I'm not going to bother showing you this whitetail buck. And I'll bring you back when a bull finally arrives in another hunt. I can hear the footsteps of the whitetail buck. I can hear a call of a whitetail buck. What's that? Is that the hinds come back? It's a doe. Are you any good? Up to 125, so not really. Oh well. I'll get a kill with the weapon anyway. Oh, lovely broadside shot. This shot wasn't meant for you. He deaded. Right, well, he's not going to be very good, so I'm not going to bother showing it. Oh, I wasn't going to bother showing me shooting him either, was I? Oh, never mind. I did. I forgot, and I did anyway. Right, pick him up. I'll move the tree stand and start a new hunt. See you in a bit. So, I'm having an interesting problem, and I think it's due to the heat. I went over there to put down some more spray, and my computer has decided it can no longer see my keyboard. And as you can see, one of the last buttons I pressed before it decided it can't see my keyboard anymore is auto walk. So but yeah, in fact this is the second time now this evening that the computer has decided it can't see my keyboard anymore. I have unplugged it and plugged it back in, but no, it still can't see it. So it has done it in the past as well, and it's been hot. So yeah, I don't know why it does it, why it's the keyboard, why it can't just decide it can no longer see something else and just leave my keyboard the fuck alone. I mean, the fact that I've started recording means that my Stream Deck is fine, and that's plugged into a USB port just the same as a keyboard, but I don't know. I mean, unless the keyboard itself is too hot. I don't know. It could be the case. Anyway, there you go. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I mean, I can't even close the game down to shut down the computer, so yeah, I don't know. Right, well then, I'll see you tomorrow in the lodge. Okay, it's the next day. So, I was sort of left wandering around with my keyboard not working, but my auto walk turned on, and I was wondering how I was going to fix it. And then a little message popped up in the Hunter saying connection was lost, and it had a little button that said exit game. But I wasn't quite quick enough to click on it, so I thought I'd wait and see if it came up again, and it did. So I was actually able to exit the game and go back to my desktop. And I checked my system temperatures on my CPU ID monitor jobby, and nothing had peaked above 80 degrees C. So I don't know. I'm not sure what. So I took my computer outside the back door at 9 o'clock last night, which was not long after all that happened, and I gave it a good air dust, and I'm hoping that any dust that was blown away will help the computer cope with the temperature today. On top of that, I'm playing earlier today. I'm going to avoid the hottest part of the day, so hopefully that'll help as well. The fact that the keyboard is clearly working now suggests that it is in fact just the temperature. So yeah, I am just going to avoid the hottest part of the day. And it's not even like... Oh, her again. It's not even like I have, you know, a rubbish rig with rubbish heat management in it. So, I mean, it's coming up to 6 years old now, my computer. A bear! A bear! A bear is there! Where the fuck did I get that from? Is that from something? Anyway, so yeah, it's about 6 years old, but even still, on the front is 3 120mm fans sucking in. On the back is another one blowing out. And then mounted to the top of the case is the radiator for the CPU water cooling. And I'm pretty sure that that has 2 120mm fans sucking in over the radiator vanes. So, it's not like my case is lacking for temperature control. I apologise if you can hear the noises coming in through the window. Because that was another thing that I did different yesterday, was that I shut the window. I did have the fan on, so I was cool, as in my big floor standing fan, but I closed the window. That may have made a difference. I don't think the standing fan is going to cool my computer very much. Anyway, so yeah, I lost maybe 2 hours worth of gaming, so yeah, I'm on early today when it's a bit cooler, and then I shall avoid the hot part of the day. So I'm going to spend about 2 hours hunting, trying to get a bull, and then hopefully it won't be hot enough by that point that I can go into the lodge and, sort out all my personal bests. Oh, I didn't write down what time I sprayed. Oh well. Right then, so I'll see you when something decent turns up, I suppose. If that bear comes too close, I will bow it, but I'm not going to use anything loud for it. Oh. Can you move forward a little bit, please? How? 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 I'm in a tree stand. Oh, my camo isn't working here. But I do have the scent eliminator, but neither should have any effect. when I'm up here. Oh well. Right, I'll see you in a bit then. Okay, so hind, but there. Yeah, that's disappointing. Up to 150. How pathetic. Oh, I forgot to tell you in the excitement of my keyboard not working. So at the beginning of that hunt where my keyboard stopped working, next to the tent were 2 bulls. Now, one of them scored up to 305, and I think the other one was up to 285. So they still weren't going to be big enough, but so I crawled away from the tent. Unfortunately, they were walking in the same direction, and one of them almost stepped on me, got to within about 10 meters of me. I started recording, got my bow out, which of course meant I automatically stood up, well, crouched, and unfortunately he spotted me and ran, and the other one ran as well. But other than those 2, this is the first bull I've seen here. Yeah, as I said in another video, the luck of wimp continues. I've just had breakfast. Right, I'll bring you back if something better turns up, or if I want to say something else. It's time for another moan. I really don't understand what's going on with this game. The only thing I can think of is, as we saw with that bear, I'm being spotted in the tree stand because my camo isn't working. And I'm going to test that in a bit by starting a new hunt and putting on probably army camo. So, I can't remember whether the whitetail buck called while I was recording or not, but a whitetail buck called sort of in that direction, maybe around about there-ish. So I went down where that hind is stood, roughly, and I renewed the elk call, and then I did a deer call as well. And the elk urine spray was still active, so I didn't bother renewing that. I came back to the tree stand, and after a while the buck called again, and it called in that direction, but right, it called about there, so really close, but and then I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. So it would have been just behind the trunk of the tree here. Yeah, didn't see it. And then that red dot was the call of an elk bull. Which, again, I heard it call. I went down there. I renewed the urine spray. And I did a bugle call. And that hasn't shown up either. So the only thing I can think of is, like I said, just like that bear spotted me up in the tree stand, that those 2 males are seeing me in the tree stand because my camo isn't working. I just don't get it. Or, as I've moaned about in other videos, they're ignoring the lures. I really don't understand it. Oh, and that buck, after it called from down there and then it didn't show up after a while, I did go and use the deer grunt caller again, but in fact, I went down there, did the deer grunt caller. Not only did that buck not show up, but there was a doe over by that tree just there, and she didn't come over to the call either. So yeah, I really don't understand it. So, shut up. That shit bull I did bow, it died there, and I have bowed a few of the hinds as well, just to get them out the way, so that I could go and, you know, renew the scent spray and stuff. But yeah, I really don't get it. So I'm going to put on something that protects me, you know, some clothing that gives me concealment against all the deer species now, and then start a new hunt. See if that makes a difference. A bull. Not a very good bull, but at least it's a bull. Moan time again. Since the last clip, this is the second hunt. The first hunt I spent an hour in game, 3 sprays, and got just the calls of 2 white-tailed does. That was it, in an hour in game. This hunt, there were 2 white-tail bucks. The one scored up to 95, which I went and picked up and was absolute crap. Hang on. Their statistics. Scored 62.3. And a second buck, which I bowed over there. We might be able to see its blood. It ran away, but its blood is there somewhere. And his score went up to 85. And yeah, that's all I've had so far. So the time in game is 6:45. I've been here since about 5 minutes past 6. And that rubbish bull is the first elk I've seen here. So it seems, hang on, I think it's time to do another spray. Very close. So yeah, it seems like the algorithm built into the game has cottoned on to what it is I'm after, and it seems to be only giving me white-tailed does and a couple of shit bucks. So, I mean, I'm guessing by the fact that that guy... Oh, siren. Aye, so I'm guessing by the fact that that guy got to there means that my army camo that I'm wearing... That's the wrong button, I meant to press that. Yeah, I'm wearing full army. Oh, apart from the backpack, which is still summer forest. I did try summer field in the last hunt to see if that camo worked here. For the backpack, I mean, and it didn't, so I put the forest back on. But yeah, so I still don't really know whether this is working, or whether it was just, again, they're ignoring the callers. I mean, that guy came, but I had no clue he was there. Because all I'm getting is calls of does. So yeah, I don't know. Right. I've probably got time for one more hunt, and then it'll be time to go in the lodge and move me trophies around. Why, actually, I'm not going to bother renewing the scent spray if I'm going to start a new hunt. 181. I mean, even I've add 100 to that and it's still nowhere near what I'm trying to get. Moan. Right, so I'm going to start a new hunt, and even if nothing arrives, I will see you during that hunt, even if it's just to say fuck all arrived and now going in the lodge. So I'll see you then. Moan. Up to 130 bull. That whitetail buck isn't too bad, but there was an up to 65 over by the tent, which I'm expecting to see any minute now. Yeah. Was that you, or was that a different one? I think that was you, wasn't it? Yeah. Ooh. Something in the water, and I think I just saw the 65 buck. That's just a doe. So, there. Are you the 65 buck? No. Okay. Well, if I see him, I'll show him on camera just to prove I'm not lying. But I mean, that's still better than I was expecting. Oh, yeah. But I mean, it doesn't convince me that there isn't an algorithm that has learned player is after elk bulls. So if spawn elk bull, make elk bull shit. You know. How did you not hear that? You were next to him. Alright, I'll take you both. Damn it. A bear! A bear! A bear is there. Again. Well, I'm going to stay here a bit longer, but I don't hold out much hope for any of this now. Oh. I think I already looked at him, didn't I? Anyway. Right, unless something special turns up, I will see you in the lodge. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. But there's a whitetail buck just running round and round. It was over there. It walked into the water, and then it ran as if it seen me and was fleeing. And then, as you saw, it was just running crazily. I don't get it. I mean, again, I'm up in the tree stand. I got my deer can't see me clothing on. Some things in this game are just mind-boggling. So when I said, unless something unless something special comes along, I'll see you in the lodge, I wasn't expecting just a hyperactive buck to be running around. Excuse me, I'm stretching and yawning while I'm trying to speak, for goodness sake. Right. So I got some flotsam and jetsam to pick up, a couple of which have run away. But, well, one of them you saw, it was the other buck that I bowed there. And there was another hind there that I'm not too fussed about. Yeah, it's about that time. The scent spray has worn off. So I'll see you in the lodge once I've moved everything in there, I suppose. Right then, I'm all finished. So I haven't bothered putting any weapons up yet. I will probably do that another time. But I've got everything in, and I've played around with their poses. I have found a slight problem. I was upstairs, so let's give you a quick look around. I'm not going to bother showing you my scores because, you know, nothing is scored well enough to actually show it off. But this is my... So this is supposed to be my winter area, but actually everything here is on White Rime Ridge apart from that. What can I put there? if anything. Yeah, that's why it's there, because nothing else would go there. So the bison can go there. Hang on. I'll edit this bit out, but I have a bison at the end of the room, and actually I was gonna... Can you just come out of there, please? So there's a bison, and as I was playing with his pose, I was actually... Yeah, there you go, axis deer, and feral goat, and red kangaroo. Now they're all in the lounge. The lounge, I decided, is my bushrangers run room. But yeah, I was trying to change his pose, and the ones in the lounge were getting changed, which is a bit weird. Right, give me a second. I'm going to move that bison to there, and then this will be the White Rime Ridge corner. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. Don't get much choice there. So, the reindeer. Actually, I think I'll put the reindeer downstairs somewhere. Okay. So I moved the reindeer there to go with the red deer and the 2 elks. Unfortunately, as you know, I didn't get a better one today. So the 355.9 is all I can put up. Yeah, the moose was there, I've moved it over there. Right, so that's up here, including all the dogs and the other bear that didn't fit downstairs. Whee! The cats are down here as well as all of the burbs. And then through here, like I said, is the Bushrangers Run area. Now, other than, you know, the fox that's in the other room and the feral hogs, which are on other maps, so they're not in here as well. These are all exclusive to Bushrangers Run. I have put a couple of weapons up. These are the new ones that I've bought in a video, so they're in there. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to sing again. Well, no. Surely happened. Nope. Oh, and here is the Piccabeen Bay wall. Aye. Right, there we go then. I'll call that the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got some enjoyment out of it. It's a shame I didn't get a better trophy, but never mind. Actually, I will say just before I go, I'm not sure whether it's just my bad luck with these golden tree stands. See, the worst one is the one on Hirschfelden. Where's Hirschfelden? Oh. Where's Hirschfelden? That's Hirschfelden there, isn't it? Yeah. So the golden tree stand that's over here. For me, I only get... the only things I get there is wood grouse, the occasional red fox, and even rarer than that, red deer hinds. That's all I get over there. So I don't know whether it's just my bad luck, but one of the things I think is also the problem, and obviously this isn't something that people need to change before I say this, it's fine that they do this, but when I watch people's videos of their golden tree stand, I was about to go out, but then I thought, why stay in here? It's nice in here because of all my trophies. Yeah, I think when I watch people's videos of the golden tree stand, I think what I'm assuming that what I'm watching is they start a hunt, they maybe play for an hour or two because that's roughly how much time goes past on the hunter mate. You know, they'll show a clip. It's, for example, the one I was just on, True Hunter, will show his hunter mate and it'll be just gone 6 or something, and then at some other point he'll show his hunter mate, he's talking about restarting the hunt and it's just gone 8, for example. So that's an hour real life because it's 2 hours in game, and I'm thinking that that's what they're doing. You know, they're playing for an hour or two, restarting the hunt, playing for an hour or two, and that's that's the animals in front of them as the result of that. But I think what's actually happening is they are hunting for several hours over 2 or 3 days to make that video, and I'm assuming that I can get the same results in just a 4 or 5 hour gaming session. And I think that's one of the problems, is it's sort of condensed in other people's videos, and I'm assuming that it's only a short length of time, whereas actually it's not. What book's that? What book's that? It's a mystery. Right, yeah, as I said, this will be the end of the video, so thank you again, and goodbye.